What connects the world that continues to grow and advance? 5G communication. Whether it be the way we study online or the way we send pictures and videos via Snapchat. Over the last 2 weeks, I have been studying and learning about 5G communication to be able to talk about it today, in which we will talk about what are the predecessors before 5G, what is 5G, and what are its impacts. To begin, let's look at its predecessors. That way we know what came before that makes 5G so special. So according to Qualcomm on the website, when they posted on April 2020, they say that the G and any 1G through 5G stands for generations of wireless communications. With that, it has been around for a while, starting in the 1980s with analog voice. With that, it has continued on up till today with things like mobile data and broadband, and now 5G. Overall, another simple term for it would be the transmission of data. And so that is essentially what the G is, just all that wireless communication. And a way to look at that, if that's hard to visualize, would be this picture here. Although it says specifically 5G, this is essentially what it looks like, going from one person to the other, whether that be email, texting, calling, all that wireless communication. So going back now to the next thing, what is specifically 5G? According to Essay, again, from his article, What is 5G?, which was published on March 13th in 2019, 5G is specifically the increase in quality and speed of that transmission of data. So with that, there are three different types. There's low, medium, high, each of which have their own specialty to it. Low is similar to 4G. It has a lot of range over everything, similar to 4G. It is faster and higher quality than 4G, but not, it's enough to be different than 4G, but then at the same time, it's not that different. Then moving on to middle, the quality increases a lot, speed increases a lot, and with that, the range decreases. So kind of this idea of quality versus quantity comes in to play. So it's increased, the range goes down, and then you get to high, and it goes down even more. However, the quality is incredibly better. And then with that, the frequency and wave lengths are way smaller that allow it to go in between the walls more easier. Where another nickname for it called millimeter, 5G comes into play, in which just the wavelengths and the frequencies are so small, it's easy to go through walls with the needing of less technology. But again, the range is really small, mostly being in just bigger cities like, say, Des Moines or Dallas, Texas. Compared to the previous versions of the cities and the surrounding areas, and then everything, that quality versus quantity really comes into play. And then now, what are its impacts besides just knowing that it is faster and better quality data, and then the range, depending upon what type of G? Well, if you look at this picture here, we can see a little bit of it. Some specifics that can be seen that won't be mentioned, but that can be read. And according to K.R. Teresa in his article, Wireless Communication, Network Prospects and Challenges, which was written in 2016, before 5G came out, they were already thinking about, and what plays into a pivotal role today is there are going to be negatives, even with the impacts, whether it be positive as well. Because it's still a new thing. It's still being made. It's still coming into be. So there's still errors in how do we keep the high quality up? How do we maintain it? How do we make it cost effective? All those are key things that need to be and are still being taken care of. However, more personal, with this higher quality and bigger speed, we're able to transmit data way better than before. So our entertainment services like Netflix, Pandora, Spotify, Snapchat, they're all increasing a whole heck of a lot. So now that's becoming even better for entertainment for us. We're then even able to go out further into nature and cities and watch it instead of just our home. So there's that increase. And then when you look at a greater good, you can look at this picture that will show up in a second. With that breakdown of barriers, things like automation, and according to D.G. Maria in his 2019 article, Volvo Making Automated Equipment, this is able to be done much more efficient and better than before. And then as well, communication for those services that need it, emergency rooms, first responders, armed force members, they're all getting better communication to do their jobs, even more efficient than before. So thank you all for listening. We've gone over predecessors to 5G, what is 5G, and what is its impacts. And the question doesn't come of whether or not it's here, it is. It's just whether or not we are going to let it connect the world, and if we're going to continue to let it grow and advance as well with us.